Hey, good evening. We are playing a four-player game of Magic Realm. No tournament or anything this time. Although I demand a rematch, my last tournament ended up with the Druid as the winner. I just can't have that. um, but I do understand why he might be. He's pretty good for that kind of game. In any case, we have the let's get our little scoreboard up there. We got the dwarf, white knight, the elf, and the magician. So a good mix. We got two heavy fighters. We have a hybrid. The elf is a decent bowman, and also a magician, and then the magician. So what do we have here? Um, the dwarf. I started up with the rogues because I wanted to get quick access to these caves. This whole little cave complex between the borderlands and the caves here. Uh, so I'm hoping that pays off with maybe a treasure site or two in there. And the White Knight, we took Make Whole, of course. Here's the White Knight. Here's my spell card, Make Whole. I finally got to these. Super happy with how they turned out, at least for now. And White Knight's going to do pretty much the basic strategy that he typically does. He's starting at the chapel, and he's going to get the Morning Star and take off with that. He has Explore Cliff, which is vaguely close. Windfall, so he's going to spend a day here and get $5, and then Locate Shrine. Who the hell knows where that is? The elf has Enchanter, so he has to enchant 3 tiles, so he has the magic to do it. And I mean, I think that's great. The elf could screw the dwarf by just going right here and enchanting this, and making and cutting the caves off from the inn. I don't know that he will, but man, that would be an easy way to enchant 2 of these tiles. Is just to go get the gold and enchant those. So he's going to consider that. He has to locate the statue, and he has the Druid's Test. We don't know where the Druid is actually. The elf will investigate in the morning. So let's roll where our Druid is. 1-1 Borderland 1. So the Druid is quite close. And you'll also see I made these really cheesy tiles to indicate the position of various quest objectives here. So he's got to find a potion though, so he has to get a treasure site first. Maybe the statue. In any case, he'll be enchanting as he goes, trying to complete Enchanter. I don't actually know what he gets for completing, aside from a victory point. I don't know what he gets, so I'll have to look that up. Magician has Envoy, which is execute trade phases with 2 friendlies. That's the rogues is 1. The company will be the second one, which can appear here. So he's going to spend a day. Then he has to kill a Tremendous and visit the chapel, altar, shrine, monastery, or gift, maybe. I'll have to look that up. For spells for the elf, I took Persuade and Veil Walker. Veil Walker is cheesy. Now you might, but it's one of the few movement spells that survived. I had a bunch of them, and they all got sort of weeded out during play for being a little overpowered. Veil Walker is one that survived simply because of it's a 7 gray, so it's very it's limited in who can take it. The druid maybe, but the elf can do it if he just enchants a valley with gold magic. He can enchant with any pairing. He enchants that, it becomes gray, and then all of a sudden he can cast it with his 7 shits. So we are actually going to do that, and we're sort of going to make a point to enchant valleys when we can, so that we can cast Veil Walker. And what that allows us to do is walk the woods in a valley once. We couldn't do it. So, for instance, if we cast Veil Walker tonight, we can't make this move. We can't go here, and then here, and then here. can't do it. You can only do one per casting. So it is super effective, but it is a little, but it is limited a bit. It would cost you a bunch of magic chits. So I think that's enough payoff, hmm, trade off for that really big payoff. So, so I think so. Active events. So I got a note card here tracking the active events. We have the Young Knight. The Young Knight hates you if you have 3 magic chits or more. He likes you if you have less than that. And so the White Knight or the Dwarf could go grab this guy and he will become their follower. The Elf and the Magician will have to kill him. So that's that. We have a dead adventurer sitting here in the cave. Maybe for the Dwarf to get. And then finally, we have a storm is coming. And that is on day 7. You'll see the big black storm tile there. There you go. Storm is if you are in a shelter, so any dwelling, cave, lost city, lost castle, you get a victory point at the end of the day. Otherwise, you have to fatigue a roll. So you roll a magic realm roll, 1 to 6 chits, fatigued. Asterisks are fatigued. And that's it. Let's write our day 1. So for the dwarf, we're using the productive dwarf rules. He gets 4 phases, but can only utilize 2 of them in a move. He can only execute 2 moves in a given day. So he is going to move, and try to get to the Maple Woods. So the dwarf will hide 2 times and then move to Maple Woods 4, I believe, and he is done. That'll be his move. The White Knight, the White Knight, we know what he's going to do. White Knight is going to trade 4 times in hopes of getting a Morning Star. He should be able to get it. It's usually doable first day. The Elf, I think the Elf is going to start his enchanting. So the Elf has 3 things here. He's going to start his enchanting Odyssey now. We do get an extra hide phase, which we're going to take. We will trade with the natives here, just I want to see what they have, so I know if it's worth casting Persuade on them at the end of the day. And the elf is not a hire typically. He's not an employer, a job creator, because he likes to, he's a hider, an ambusher, and a fleer, pretty much. So I'm not super convinced that that's the way to go for him. So I think we're going to. And who can show up here? The company, the patrol. We don't hate any of those. So we're not going to be overly careful. We're not going to get anything bought either. So we're going to do 2 hide phases first day. Then we're going to enchant the tile to put gray magic in it to then set this up. and then that's it. And then we're going to trade to see if Persuade would be worth casting at the end of the day. Magician is interested in hiding here. The first thing he's going to do is trade, and that will kick off Envoy. So he will have completed Envoy with the rogues by executing a trade phase here. But then he's going to execute 3 higher phases. And the reason is he wants some guys. We took Transform and Poison. He wants some guys to get some poison on so that we can go and kill monsters out in the wild. So that is our day 1. Let's roll the monster roll here. It is a 3, so we have wolves, goblins, octopus, and we should note that, I keep drawing crap off of decks because I keep missing. We should note that the patrol is going to show up at the end. So I'm going to put them here just so I don't forget them. And so that's it. Let's see who goes first on day 1 It is the elf. And so the elf is going to hide 2 times. And he does. So the elf starts hidden. The elf is going to spell X and spell. And he's going to fatigue, of course. But that's going to flip that tile over. Let's go and wrong guy. So this color is going to burn. We'll just burn one. Bam. Fatigued. So he pairs this shit with this, and it is done. Now there is gray magic in every clearing. He then is going to trade with the rogues. He is neutral with the rogues. So he does get to look at their treasures, and this is sort of what is going to inform him about his night and tomorrow. What's here? Scroll of Nature, type 2 and 3, and a potion of energy, which he actually needs. He needs a Scroll of Nature too. Don't get me wrong. He's going to roll on this guy. So we're right here. So we're just going to meet with neutral. We're going to see what the price is for the elf. It is trouble with capital T that starts with E, which stands for elf. 5 is a challenge. The character resolve, blah, blah, blah. He is, I believe, I don't think he has any of their phases to execute, so he will simply take the block battle. They don't battle him, but they do block him, and but he doesn't have to take a loss in notoriety, and he is done. And then the patrol shows up. And we're done with the elf. Dwarf. Moves. He's going to hide twice, by the way, so that's true. So he does that first. He is hidden. Dank, so serpents would appear. Viper in that clearing. Always good to know what could appear. The White Knight is going to execute 4 trades. So the Morning Star is 8. We have 10 gold plus potentially 10 more to trade in. We're going to roll in the Morning Star with friendly. We use the Knight's adjustment there. But we do get a -1 because we are the White Knight. So -1, that is a 3, not a 4, but a 3 because it's -1. Price times 2, $16 for the Morning Star. And on our first, that's what we need. So we're going to drop this. We're going to spend 6. We have $4 left. Let's go to the order. Darn it. We're going to take the Morning Star. We're going to put this back on, this back on. We're going to cycle in there. And that is our new weapon. And the reason we do that, so you'll notice it's crappy. H6, we lose a sharpness star. You flip it over, though, it becomes an H3. So all of a sudden, this bad boy here is doing tremendous damage against on a time of 3, which is a really good thing to do. And the patrol doesn't appear. They've already appeared. The magician goes. The magician is going to trade once. So he's going to see these 2 wonderful cards here. What the hell? Oh, there it is. What the hell happened to the potion? I'm going to actually delete that just because it's in the way a little bit sometimes. I don't really want the potion. I do want the Scroll of Nature. The magician would love the Scroll of Nature. Having said that, he ain't going to get it. But he would love it. Oh, God. I hate when I do that. Okay. I'm just going to delete these until I need them again. So we are friendly with the rogues, but it's 10. We're going to have to roll an opportunity, and we do not. So instead, we're going to hire 3 times. The top rogue is $1. So let's see how much he's going to cost us. 2. Price times 2. So we are absolutely going to hire him. So that's for $2. So I'm going to actually put 8 there. So we hire 1 rogue. That's our first. Second hire phase is 2. Price times 2. So we get 2 rogues. And we'll go for a third. What the heck? I mean, that'll be good. Oh, 2 again. We get the top 3 rogues come with us for a total of $6. We're going to take that. That is good. I do not mind that at all. I always put them, I'm going to put them here from here on in, and those are my buddies now for oh, not the rest of the game. I put them on. I always give one extra day. I'm terrible like that. I know purists are like, going. There's a reason why he made it 14 days. I'm like, did he? I always give that because I don't like the fact that this day counts. I hate that because you don't get to do anything with them that day, except they can kill dudes if if you hate who showed up. Now the main problem is I do actually dislike who showed up because the patrol showed up. Should have taken that into account. So it is the end of the day. Only one guy left anything, but we do have to roll for the magician. He is unhit with an unfriendly crew. So let's see what the patrol is going to do about this. 5. That is a challenge. And they will battle him if that's the case. So I think he is going to take the hit, -5. He was challenged by the patrol. And then what we have to decide is, so once we are challenged, we can take the quest insulted. I mean, it's challenged in this case, but you know what I mean. And so what that would mean is that by the end of the game, we will need to have stolen something from them, burned using there are 2 thief quests. There's the Thieves Guild, which teaches a steal possibility. There are 2 arsonist quests, which then allow you to take revenge on these guys, or you can kill any one of them. And so those are the options we have. And you get an extra victory point for doing that. And so it's a good deal if you're planning to come back and dink with these guys anyway. It's great to do it. And in fact, the last game, the finale of my misery tournament, as I call it, the druid scored 2 points for committing arson on the order. Now, the caveat is if you don't complete it by the end of the game, you lose a victory point. So that is an issue. The question is, how lucky do we feel, pretty much? So you'll see there's what, 3 patrolmen, right? Yeah, so we got 3 patrolmen. They have horses, so killing them's non-trivial because you have to hit them twice. They do decent damage. They're not easy to hit with their time 3. I mean, we certainly could probably take them at some point. I just have to decide sort of how. I wouldn't take this as like right now, like today. I got 3 dudes, right? I wouldn't take this as a fight today. These guys are inferior-ish. They can't auto hit. They're unarmored. The patrol guys, I think, win this fight every time. What the magician, he could transform one of them, for instance. But again, you're not necessarily winning the rest of that fight. So with those guys as it stands, the answer is no. In fact, let's just hold off, not be vindictive, and be done. So that's the end of our day 1 then. And it was an eventful day, sort of. We got a couple things done. But now it is day 2. So the dwarf is very excited. He's going to pop into those caves. And I think going to immediately go. So we're going to hide, move, and then search. Or move, hide, and search. There you go. So we're going to move. We are going to hide. We are going to use the extra phase we record in caves to search. So yeah, we don't use this double rest. So we use a different version of short legs, which is you can only record 2 moves max. You get four turns in sunlight, but you can only do 2 moves no matter what. And he can only do 2 moves in the caves also. but he does get an extra phase, so he could do 3 moves in caves. Um, even so, with his extra move. But he's going to go here and search for this path because he has Navigator for one, and because he can get this dead adventure and pick him up. So that's his plan. And the White Knight with the awesome Morning Star, I think, is going to. And he ends his day. I'm sorry. He ended his day in a dwelling, so he gets a windfall. So ultimately, 4, we get +5, so he has $9. The dwarf should have maybe stayed behind to get that money, but I think we just needed to move first. So we're out and about. We'll try to catch Navigator and the Dead Adventurer, get a jump on everybody since we're slow. See how that goes. I think the White Knight's going to just head into the ruins and hope that the ruins is a fruitful tile here. So we're going to hide 3 times. We're going to move ruins 2 and just see what's in there. The elf. So the druid is super close. Oh, and this will. I'm sorry. Let me retcon the knight here. So I think at night, seeing what the elf has seen, the elf is going to cast Persuade on the rogues, and he is going to try then tomorrow. So extra hide, and then trade, with the goal to get the potion so we can just bam and turn it in. And that is his day today. And we are left with the magician who has decided to get out of Dodge. He has done his trade phase. He has to kill a tremendous, and he has to do a pilgrimage. I don't know where the chapel is here. He can easily get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to hide once and get to Pine Woods 2. Hide once, move, and then move Pine Woods 2. Done. And that is our day 2 written. Let's roll this die here a little bit. 2. So we get serpents and demons. The 2-for-1 sale. Little BOGO action. White Knight is going. He hides a bunch of times. And he does. And he ends up here. Let's flip this guy. Smoke and Roar 4. Neither of those is serpents and demons, but man, we ought to put snap points around these tiles here. But anyway, there you go. So we now know, and this tile is sort of dead money wise. So good to know. The dwarf moves in. He hides. He rolls 1 die. He's in a cave now. So 1 die. And then he's searching, which is awesome because he's in a cave now. And he does find 2, 3. So caves 2, 3 green. That is 1 of 3 navigator. I'm going to put nav 1. And he scores nav 1. But let's see what's in here. The ruins. That's going to be goblins. And the statue in 2, which is right here. But not serpents and demons. But the statue is of interest to the elf. That's good to note. Speaking of, our elf is going to trade for the potion of energy. So let's see if we can't. And he is friendly with the rogues. He needs to roll a 3, 2, or 1. A little bit dicey. That's a fail. He's going to hide. So there you go. He fails to hide. He has 4 trade phases now. Bam! And he is going to take. Uh, can he do that? No. Could he take price times two? I thought there was an optional. He could take price times two. I think he's going to take it. So we're going to put 10 gold on his sheet and then take minus 10 gold. So that's an optional rule that I use in realm speak, which is if you get opportunity, you can just take price times two and be done, as opposed to rolling on the ally table, because the ally table, frankly, isn't necessarily any better than having rolled a price times two. So he gets potion of energy, so he can turn it into the druid. And then finally, the magician. Where's the magician going? Oh, and he failed to hide, so that's good to know because he's going to have to roll tonight. The magician is going to hide and then end up in these woods here. He succeeds. Those woods are a campfire, the small campfire. So let's take the small campfire, dump it here, and that's it. I don't think he's not in the clearing, so no one appears. So we're done. The elf has to roll against both the rogues and the patrol. So rogues first. He needs. He's friendly, so just the patrol actually, and nothing bad happens. So he is done. We don't have any fights. Everybody is done. We are good to go. Awesome. It's day 3. The dwarf has found this, so he's gonna move. I think the dwarf is gonna execute 2 moves: a move, and then a move to the dead adventurer, and then he's gonna use his extra phase to search, and he does. The white knight, a little dicey now that we know that's useless. He's going to get a card from Windfall. He gets the challenge. Let's roll the challenge. The challenge is a random dwelling, 6, the small campfire, and a random native group, 3, the soldiers. So a guy who is effectively the top unhired soldier, which is Soldier. Where is he? Where the hell is he? There he is. Soldier 3. He is at the small campfire and he is waiting for the white knight. So I'm going to write that down on the knight's sheet. Challenge. Small campfire. Done. So we are being challenged. Small campfire. We don't particularly love the soldiers, so we can't. If he was a lancer, we could talk him down. But no. We're gonna have to, and he's right there, so that's perfect. We're gonna have to go and teach this peasant a lesson, I think. So, we have something written for the dwarf. I think we're gonna take this guy up 1, 2, 3, and be done. We will hide once, but we cannot start this fight hidden. We're going to hide once and then move to the small campfire. In case someone shows up we don't like at the small campfire, pretty much. 3, the elf. The elf is going to hide, move. So X, hide, move to the druid. And we're going to turn in the druid's stuff there. And then finally, the magician. What is the magician doing? The magician is trying to satisfy one leg of his pilgrimage. But I do think we'll stop into the mountain here. So we're going to hide, and then move to the mountain. See what's there. Hide, move, move, mountain. Done. And that is our day 3, right? Day 3 written, day 3. Let's get this done. We got a monster roll to roll. It is a 5. Spiders and imps. The elf is first. The elf is going to hide 3 times if he needs to. He fails once. Fails twice. Well, that's awkward. Succeeds the 3rd time. He goes here with the druid. And then we flip these chits. We have Dank, which might draw something here. And the pool. No, it won't because we're on spiders. So only the crosses, the purple crosses, are going to draw. So the elf is going to turn in his potion, which effectively burns it to the warlock's pile. And let's see what he gets for completing the druid's task. He has succeeded improving his skill in skills at herbalism. 1 VP. He can learn a random type 2 spell and get a type 2 for magic chip to cast it. Ooh, that's okay. Who might have a magic 2/4? Maybe the druid? Ah, jeez. Okay. I love how it's just going to give me infinite of those. Okay, I need to stop all that. Do we have... So I wish we could see what's in there, right? It's going to automatically set up. Actually, well, you know what? Heck yeah, we can automatically set up. That's fine. Sure. Go, script. Do we have a 2/4? We do not. So there you go. What about the wizard? I'm sure the wizard has one. There it is, type 2/4. So we're going to steal one off the wizard. Done. We actually have a 13th chit. That is one of the advantages we got. We get that, and we get a random type 2 spell. Actually goes into our learned spells. That is a little cheesy, but I love it. So we're going to stick with it. Objects, saved objects, type 2 spells. Let's roll on the table. We need a D20. Take a look at what that is. 18 is too high. Anything higher than a 14, 9. It is Sword Song. Targeted sword gains 1 sharpness star and becomes alerted for the entire fight. That's great. We don't have a sword. Very super useless for us. I mean, I suppose we could draw one, right? That's sort of funny, but okay. Or shuffle them or something. Could always do that. Since it always has the entire list. Need to make that 1 bigger. Yeah, there we go. So we have learned Sword Song. I'll put that slightly over to the left. And I suppose we can cast it if we're in gray. So that's good, something to note, right? But I don't know why we ever would. Having said that, that's going to be worth a couple points here at the end of the game for having learned spell. So he is done spiders and imps. Nothing's going to appear. The dwarf goes. What do we do? Do we move twice and search? Oh, we move twice and search. Well, 1, 2. And now we're going to search. 4. Bam, he is found. So we found the dead adventurer. So we can put him on our sheet. We need to bring him to a dwelling to, I'm going to shrink him down. All we got to do is bring him to a dwelling to score. In the meantime, we get a small treasure out of the deck. And simply the way that this goes, there's no good way to I don't get access to the deck, what's left, and not on the sheet. So what I do is I just go, well, I don't care if I get a duplicate, shuffle, and I'm going to draw one. I get the draught of speed. This is actually great. There are battles for which this is going to kick ass. This becomes a T2 with this, so I am not at all unhappy that I got that. So we have the Dead Adventure picked up, and we will decide. Oh, but I'm sorry. This is it statue? Yep, statue draws. Statue draws an imp. It's a little shitty because I don't want to get cursed. Cursed bad. So yeah, he's a rough fight. Now the funny part is, hidden. If he were to flip, we could kill him. Pretty easy with the draw to speed, but almost seems like a waste to use it that way. We are going to hide and then move 3 times to get to camp. So let's do that. Our hide roll is a 6, so we fail. We go 1, 2, 3 into camp. Is anyone at the campfire? Yes. The bash cars. I like the bash cars. I don't think the bash cars are buddies with us. And we totally flubbed a hide roll. I'm pretty sure the bash cars are unfriendly with us. So that sucks. But there they are. Done. And then the magician. The magician is going to move into the mountains. Okay. I need to move all these dice somewhere. So let's hide. We do it twice. We move all into the mountains, and we flip these chits. We get ruined, so it's bats. And Shrine 4. Well, that's us. I don't think it's the correct. No, it's spiders. What is it? The shrine? I think the shrine is type 5. So we actually do have some purpose to being here. And the nice thing is that our spellcasters are right on top of the chapel. So when they get cursed reading runes, they can go to the chapel. The White Knight has to roll against the bash cars, but he does take a -1 to this. 1. So they're going to mostly just ignore him. And he is done. But we do have a fight. And that's this guy. This guy could pick the White Knight. So the White Knight does not start hidden in this fight unless he wants to reduce everyone's level of friendliness to him by 1. Because he, sort of cheesy insta-gib the guy. Crossbowman's a little dicey, right? I mean, you got to be a little careful with the crossbowman. The crossbowman has the longest attack in this battle. So round 1, the crossbowman gets the first shot. So we are not going to. So he's going to fight H6. And he's going to move H6. So we're going to hope that he does not move. We're going to hope that we line him up. We're going to hope he doesn't flip, by the way, either. So let's roll this bad boy. 4. So he stays intact, in place. And now it just comes down to, does he flip? He does not flip. So what happens is he shoots first, but he misses the white knight. This attack intercepts and does heavy damage and kills the crossbowman. And so that's it. A 1 round kill of the challenger for the white knight. Let's see what that nets us. I think a little bit of gold, a little bit of notoriety, which is prowess, is what we call it here. So let's drag it down here and then see. So if you kill him with a fair fight, you get 1 VP. So we score a VP. You get 5 prowess in addition to what you get for him, so 9 total. And you get 5 gold in addition to what you get from the kill, so that is 7 gold. Done. And that's it. That's what we get. So it is not in any way, shape, or form a bad deal. We also get to cycle our quest card here and draw a new one, which is Wolf Tamer. Encounter wolves. Oh, and this, yeah, there you go. That was lame. I didn't change that. So that was challenge. And now it's Wolf Tamer, which is find some wolves and you will tame one of them. Done. Not done, not even freaking close. Okay. Anyone else have a fight going on? Don't think so. We have the magician at the shrine. He might endeavor to find it. So yeah, the white knight is the first to score on cards. So that's cool. But we are ready for day 4 here. We got to write some day 4. So the dwarf needs to make the call. Does he go back or does he continue? The problem with going back is I just one. So he could do extra move. He could go 1, 2, 3. Although I would never want to end up in the pool on hidden. That is a near death sentence for most characters, including the dwarf. So we could either go through this imp, or we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and go this way. So I think I'm gonna hide and then go 1, 2 in Borderlands 3. So we will hide, move, BL3 done. So that will allow us to turn in our windfall. Maybe we'll be back at the inn by the time when the storm comes. So all good. So what does the white knight have going for him? Well, he's got the shrine there. There's 4 treasures, I think, at the shrine. He has to explore the cliff. And there's the young knight, which he can get to first. So I think he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And man, he doesn't need to hide or anything, but I don't want to end up in the borderland either. Those serpents could be a mess. 1, 2, 3. So let's just hide. Move, and we're going to end up in the valley. So that's going to be his day 4. The elf's day 4. The elf would love to. So the druid is done. He has completed that challenge there. So I'm sorry, the elf was the first to score on cards. After he cycles his card, I will write that Troll Slayer. Oof. Well, that is dicey, but doable. Trolls are armored, which sort of sucks for the elf, but maybe. The elf does not love the pool simply because it's in a cave, which sucks. When we get head to the deep woods, we have to locate the statue also. So where is the statue? So we're doing 1, 2, and we can hide 3 times and sit right outside. Let's do it for now. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna extra hide, then move into the woods. Right outside. And actually, no. We'll actually only hide once. We're gonna be brazen and bold here. And we're gonna rest because we want to get a couple of these back because we got stuff to do. We got to enchant, baby. Let's get this done. So we got that going for us. Day 4, day 4, day 4, no day 4, and that is the magician. The magician needs to find something to kill. I think we are going to search for the shrine. So we're going to hide once, search, done, and that is our day. So, day 4 coming up. Roll this monster roll. It is a 3, so we're back to goblins, octopi, and so on and so forth, etc. and sundry. White Knight is first. And he hides once and ends up in a valley. I don't know that matters. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to hide. Hiding in the valley is sort of a non-event. He fails. He's done. The dwarf is going to hide 1 time. Oops, he rolls 1 die. So succeeds. And then 1, 2 into here. And good thing he didn't make a move. The octopus shows up. That thing is a frickin' disaster. Strangely enough, the dwarf could kill it. Could kill a tremendous side up after he takes the potion. If he drinks that potion, he gets a T2 attack. Well, I'd have to check his weapon, though, right? Check that weapon. What is... Yeah, it's H. So right now, if he drinks that draw to speed, this weapon is the fastest. He can T2 that weapon. So he doesn't attack round 1. Gets hit. The thing does light damage to him and grabs him. And then he guns it on the second turn with a T2 attack. Ooh. I don't know if that's awesome, if that's a waste. Right? Am I right? He would undercut its move. He would be faster than it. I think that's a winner. So our move is literally to just We're gonna hide move just cause. To the pool. And then we're done. We'll hide because we can drink that in peace and so on and so forth. So I think that's his day 5 is going to be that. The White Knight's day 5 is going to be 1, 2, 3. He could get to the young knight, but pull these chits 1, 2, 3. Why don't we hide once and pull those, right? Hide once, move, 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 cliff, 3. Done. And then that leaves us the elf. The elf has to. Wait, did we? We only executed 2 of the turns and we sort of lost track of what the hell we were doing. So good to know that we wrote some people's day 5s, but we still have some other moves to do. So, like the elf, as a for instance, the elf's going to move to here. He will have hidden. I'm sorry about that. That was a total mental collapse there. The elf's going to hide. He fails, by the way, so that's cool. And he's going to rest twice. So let's pull back this and this chit. And I don't think anything comes. That would be vipers. And then finally the magician goes. The magician's going to hide and search 3 times. So there he is. So we're going to hide, trying to find the shrine here. We fail to hide. Do we locate the shrine at least? That's 1 fail, 2 failures, 3 failures. And it is ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopi. So that doesn't draw. Let me make sure, because like I said, since I flubbed that up, I'm starting to get I'm getting my head of myself on turns. We just need to execute the goddamn turns, really, and then worry about what's tomorrow. So for the dwarf, like you said, he's walking into the pool. The white knight is heading into the cliff. The elf is going to do an extra hide. He is going to hide again, then he's going to move to the statue. Done. And then our final guy is going to hide and search 3 times again, because he didn't find anything this time. So there you go. That's day 5. So now we can roll again. 4, so it's giants and trolls. Who is first, second, third, and fourth? Let's do it that way. The elf hides twice. Succeed. Walks to fight the imp. Right there. We've got a battle there. The dwarf is going to hide, rolling 2 dice. Oh, he fails, which sucks. And he's going to walk right there, dragging the dead adventurer in tow. The white knight is going to go 1, 2, 3, but he's going to have hidden once. He fails. No one can hide today, I don't think. That is smoke and the lost castle. That is hideously likely to bring lots of joy here to the universe. And we should pay attention if giants or trolls. It's gray. In the meantime, lost castle. Slither 3. So slither is nothing. We're looking for gray squares. That is 1 chit, 2 chit, red chit, blue chit. The cairn is there. The flutter is there. The flutter is here. And the altar is in 1. So we have a lot of stuff going on in 1. Strangely enough, trolls aren't showing up here. So we are done. And then the magician hides once. He does. And he searches 3 times. But he wanted that roll on the locate roll. That is a failure. 1. That is 2 failures. Come on, we can got this. That is 3 failures. So we are done. We have not found anything. And I don't think anything pops up either because we're looking for gray hexagons, hexes. Yeah. All right. So we have this fight between the octopus and the dwarf. The dwarf is not going. So the dwarf is going to activate the draft of speed for his encounter step. He is sure he's going to attack round 1. You might as well, right? There's no reason not to. He's going to attack round 1 like that. So if the octopus lines up, he will hit us, and then we will kill him. If he doesn't line up, he's going to hit us. And then next round, we should kill him. So cool. And this is actually a time 4, strangely enough. Okay. All right, sure, let's do it. Okay, so we drank the draft of the draught of speed. Let's roll 5. So everything moves down. So the octopus moves down. Oops, does he? Does he flip? He does not flip. So unfortunately, I miss. And I just noticed this now. And the octopus also misses because this is a move 4 now. So everybody's missed. And now we are sort of in the slightly crappy position that we have to, for one thing, this flips, which stinks. I actually don't want the weapon to flip, if that makes any sense. Can I unalert my weapon on the encounter step? I'll keep it alerted for now, just because. I will play these moves. Where does the octopus go? This is round 2, 3, so he goes to there. Does he flip? We actually effed this up. Like we should, this should be a winner. So I'm going to redo this just because this is how it should go. So let's try this again. Let's pretend. So we are not going to activate our draft of speed, and we are not going to attack on round 1. And we are not going to... And we're going to play our duck chit. We want him to hit us. We're going to play our move H5 chit there. We might take a wound. There you go. If he lines up. So let's see. Where does he go? So we're not aiming. 6. So he goes all the way down there. And he does not flip because he can't flip. And he hits us because he undercuts us. And he does light damage, which is indeed going to wound us. And so we are going to take this chit and wound it. For the encounter step, I'm going to activate the draught of speed. So he is red side up. And then we are going to play this chit and no move. Now, because of the draught of speed, that is a T2. It's going to undercut him and go first. So 4, he stays in place. He doesn't flip because he's whatchamacall. This time 2 attack goes first. It hits the octopus for tremendous damage and kills him. And then we do have to fatigue a fight, which we will. That one done. And then this goes to the warlock. So, on that account, it was an expensive win ish. But we get 8 points right there. Done. Okay. And he goes in the dead pile. So that's how that was going to go, right? With the with the potion of speed, I knew that I could undercut the octopus and beat his time if he had me in his clutches. So I'm picturing the dwarf struggling as the octopus starts to drag him down. He quaffs the potion, and then all of a sudden, gets a burst of speed. And before the octopus can essentially drown him in the pool, he kills him. We still got the dead adventure in our backpack here. The elf is going to play the ambush game against this guy. So, ambush game. We're not going to do all the stuff. We're going to play this chit to flip this bow. We're going to play this chit to fire the bow. We are hidden. So the imp doesn't even know we are there. So a medium character, we essentially need a 4, 5, or 6 to kill that guy. So let's do it. 4, 5, or 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 4, 3, 2, or 1. Jeez, man. I'm very sorry. I suck at this. So 4. That means he's going to do -1 level. So he does heavy damage, medium damage. Medium damage kills. He hits the imp. The imp might have flipped, but that wouldn't have mattered because he's not on our sheet anyway. So we hit him. We do medium damage. We kill him. That's worth 2 prowess, which is my mashup of fame and notoriety. The imp is dead. We had 2 monster kills on day 5. Two monster kills on day 5. We do need to write a day 6. So what we need to do on day 6 is just determine what can appear here. We can get some serpent action, right? Dank C, I think, still gets us serpents. I don't want to fight the serpents, so we are going to hide, search, and search to try to find the pool. So that's our our move for the dwarf. Our move for this guy. So this is a dangerous little space here. We're going to move into the young knight's clearing to encounter him. 1, and then we're going to move 2, and then we're going to move 3, and we are going to hide. One, 2. So the 1 move is into the young knight's clearing, and then we're going to move 3, and then move to the cairn, and then hide. So that's the white knight. The elf, having killed our guy here, he is going to hide and then search the statue in hopes to locate it. And finally, the magician, this is day 3, trying to find the darn place. So on day 6 here, we got a storm is coming. So we're on day 6. Let's roll a monster roll. It is a 1, so we got dragons on the way. And the elf's going first, white knight, dwarf, and magician again. So the elf hides. Oops. Hides. He does. He's going to search 2 times, once to locate the statue. He doesn't. But locate does find us that 2-3. So that's something. So 1, that is our first, and this is our second search. No, nothing. Does anything show? No, no dragons. The elf is done. The white knight's turn. The white knight goes here. He encounters the young knight, who will join him as a follower. Then he comes back to 2-3, and he's going to try to hide. He succeeds. That's good. Because we got smoke, slither, and flutter. That's pretty much all the badness. Is that a mountain clearing? That is a mountain tile. So we get smoke. Slither. I think Flutter already drew. Flutter, yeah, Flutter's there. So we would need a roar. Well, it would need to be a cave too, but that's not a cave. We are in a mountain, so that's here. So smoke and flutter draw done. So we are done. We have these two, and the fact there's 2 of them actually stinks a little bit. The knight is what, a pikeman, effectively, is what I made him. He is not great. He's not terrible. Is he a soldier pikeman? I believe he is a soldier pikeman, effectively. Can he beat those 2? No. I mean, he is young, after all. But he does get a victory point for having him join, so that's cool. The young knight is resolved with a join right there. So we get the young knight. The dwarf's turn is going to hide, search, and search. So he rolls 1 die to hide in the cave. So he will be hidden, and he's going to search twice to find the pool. 4 or 1? 1. He's going to find the pool. So let's cross the pool off. And then he has to fatigue every time he searches. So he's going to fatigue 1 asterisk, and then he's going to draw from the pool, and he's going to draw the 6th treasure. So the pool, the dwarf draws the 6th piece of treasure. Alchemist mixture. Not ideal, but, good enough, pretty much, is what the dwarf is thinking. So the dwarf is there. Does anything appear? No. And the magician is last. And what did the magician do? The magician is hiding and then searching 3 times to find the statue mess. He is hidden. He rolls a 4, so that is the statue. So let's cross it off. Oh, no, the shrine. I'm sorry, that's the shrine. The elf has found the statue, right? Oh, no, he did not find. There you go. He failed to find the statue. So we found the shrine. That's our first of 3. I say we loot twice, maybe once, maybe twice. Let's see if we can get a 4 or less. That's a fail. Let's see if we can get a 4 or less. That is a failure. And ruins and shrine is not going to call dragon. It's just the dragon, just a red diamond. So I'm going to delete the young knight's chip because we have him. We got him. I am going to put his card aside. Does anyone else need a new card? No. The White Knight has not located the shrine. The elf has not yet located the statue. No. So we are. Magician has visited the shrine. And the chapel is right there. So the magician on a pilgrimage can mark off the shrine. So that is cool. So that's one of three. All he needs is actually to get to the chapel now, and he can turn that in. You don't have to get to three of them. You just have to get to two of them. Do we have a fight here or not? So the knight can kill one of these outright, and he can possibly kill two of them. So let's think about this. Now we're going to drag this chart down here. That'll be his buddy. So this guy can sort of take that. So, okay, yeah, we're going to fight. So this is round one. Round one, the White Knight is hidden, as is his guy. So he's going to target that guy. He is going to use this chit to flip this to H3, and then that chit to swing it. Doesn't necessarily matter where he ends up. He ends up at 2, so that means whoop, all the way down there. It matters if he flips a lot. He doesn't flip. So what's going to happen is this attack goes first. It's an H3. It intercepts and it kills that dragon. Now, his weapon goes to that side. He's going to lure onto his sheet. There you go. He lures. We are going to use this to flip our attack and this to execute the attack. And then we are going to go right there. And now let's see where the dragon ends up. Dragon rolls. He ends up 2, so he goes all the way down there. Does he flip? This actually is the only way we can miss him. He does. So there you go. So what happens is, this is round 2. So it's the fastest attacks first. We miss. The dragon misses. This guy misses. So everybody misses everybody else. That is the first round where nothing happened. So we're going to stick with this, and we're going to put him here. We're going to roll that 3. So 3 stays the same, and 1 and 2 shift. Does he flip? He does. The fastest attack goes first. That's the White Knight, and he intercepts and kills him. The White Knight scores 15 prowess for killing the 2 heavy flyers. Gets nothing, but he gets 15 prowess. Done. And he's in the cairn. Clean up our chits here a little bit. Okay. Do we have any other fights? I think the answer is no. So this is going to be day 7. There's going to be white and black magic in every clearing, and the storm is coming at the end of the day. So everybody has to decide if it's going to be worthwhile for them to leave their dwelling, possibly. So here's what I think we're going to do. I think the dwarf is going to, right? So he's in the cave. He could sit here and have a nice sleepy time in the pool. That's one thing he can do. And then he can get his point with the storm. And he is going to hide, though, and he's going to loot twice. And the reason is it's day 7. If we roll 3, the octopus is coming right back to get its revenge. So we don't have the draft of speed. So that's a little bit of a dicey proposition there. I think the knight is boned a little bit, so the knight is going to fail at the storm. He has not found the cairn yet, I don't think, right? No, he does not found the cairn. So he is going to hide, search, 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 and he's going to execute his extra rest. Going to record his extra rest. Magician would like to, if possible, satisfy the conditions 1, 2, 3. Magician like the bash cars? No, he doesn't care about them. He cares nothing about nothing. Has he found the shrine yet? He has found the shrine. Does he get out of dodge to try to get the point? He's going to search once. There he goes. So his task, since he has to get there by the end of the day, he's going to search once, and then he's going to move to the small campfire, which counts as a dwelling because it's tents and shit, right? And he is good to go. So that is our day 7. Whatever comes up here, so there's going to be 1 set prowling, and we're going to have 2 sets get resurrected because that's sort of an optional. So the prowling guys are going to be dragons. So dragons come back onto life, back onto the board. That's going to stink, I think, a little bit. We have a second roll, though, that is going to be also brought back to serpent. So nothing. So no one there. So that's it. That's our day 7 roll. We got the dwarf first, white knight, elf, magician last again. So the dwarf hides. He does. So as we expected. And he's going to loot twice. So the pull. Oh, and he has fatigue each draw. So that's something we have to pay attention to. He had to fatigue one. Which he did. So he has to do it again. Let's fatigue that fight H5, and let's draw the first treasure off the top of the pool. I hope it's good. The magic flippin' wand. Useless. For the dwarf. Great for the magician, as a for instance. Having said that, it's worth 17 bucks, and it's great treasure. So that's 1 loot, which he fatigued for. Second loot. 5. He's going to draw the 5th treasure. Shielded lantern. Now that is flippin' awesome. Oh, I don't like this. I just dropped it right in the middle of everything, which is going to suck. So we get the shielded lantern, which we are going to activate tomorrow, but we can't do it today. But we are definitely activating this tomorrow. The reason it's awesome, so we can get an extra phase in the cave. So that means 2 extra phases in the caves. He does have to fatigue again, and so he will. Going to do this and pull that back. Sure. And now he's going to get one more draw here. And let's see what it is. It is a 2. He draws the second treasure. It is the lucky charm. Roll 1 die for everything. Yeah, that is some good treasure draws right there, pal. And he's got a fatigue again. So drop that and done. Does anything show up? Can anything show up here on a dragon? No, nothing. Nothing shows up dragon roll. So he is done. It's the White Knight's turn. Hide, search 3 times, and rest. So White Knight will hide. He succeeds, so he is hidden. He's going to search 4. Well, that's promising. So he finds the cairns, and he's going to fatigue 2 asterisks because he's going to draw twice from here. He's going to fatigue that one and that one. And then he's going to loot twice, and he has to fatigue every search. So the 4, so he's going to draw the 4th treasure. The good book. Wow, that's actually strangely useful for our knight errant here. And the reason is it has a type 1. I like it. I'm going to draw one more treasure here before then getting the bad news that all the dragons are back. 3. So let's draw the 3rd treasure from the cairn. It is a Draught of Speed. Spiffy. And the reason that can happen is because, if you recall, the dwarf got the Dead Adventurer's treasure, and we just take that from the pile, and it can be a duplicate. And we know that is going to happen. And that's done. And now we're going to draw pretty much exactly what we did last time, which is Smoke C, or Smoke M. I'm sorry, Smoke M. That is, where the hell are we? We're over here. Here. And a Slither is going to draw, and the Flutters could have drawn, but they already did. So, done. And, well, maybe we fight him again. Okay, so, is that it? Is that all we got? No, that's just the second guy. Elf time. What is the elf doing? The elf, I didn't write a fucking move because I'm a dumbass. Again, I am messing this game up considerably. What would the elf have done? The elf needs to locate the statue. That's his thing. He's going to do this because that's what he has to do. And then I assume that's not going to actually draw anything on him because it didn't last time. So let's hide. That was sort of assumed. He does hide. He searches twice. We're trying to locate the statue. I made more mistakes this game than I have the past 7. He fails twice. He is done. And now it's a magician's turn. Magician is searching and then moving to make sure he catches that point. So he's going to search once. I think trying to loot the shrine. Ah, he had one. And he blew it. And then he moves to there. So let's see what we got here. First off, we have to roll for the bash cars. Is this the large or small campfire? That is the small campfire. We have to roll for the bash cars. It is trouble for the magician. Yes, we are neutral with the bash cars. Trouble for the magician. Roll again. 4. That is going to be an insult, I believe. Let's just make sure, because he rolls on the neutral table, then the unfriendly table. It is an insult. We are back to that. We are going to take the insult. That is sucky. And we are not going to get insulted just because I just don't want to deal with that right now. And he is done. The elf has nothing. The dwarf has nothing. The white knight is going to maybe re up the battle here. The white knight is hidden, I believe. Yes, he hid day one or phase one. So he's going to sneak up on that dude. He's going to burn this chit to. Where'd my morning star go? He's going to burn that chit to flip that. And it doesn't really matter what he plays now. It does matter what this guy does, though. Yeah, if he flips, that's gonna suck. But or if we miss him too, so he goes down there. Does he flip? He does. Ugh, okay, well that becomes a mess all of a sudden. So now we are totally. Everybody's all up in our grill. So this guy is going to lure him. This guy is assigned to us. We are going to play a move h4 just to hopefully keep. We have this back. We're going to play this, and we're going to play down here because we want our guy to stay alive. So, okay. So first thing, where does this guy go? He stays right there intact, so he is lining right up on us. Does he flip? No. So he's going to do light damage, which bounces off the armor, and done. Let's go down here now. Got to kill one of these guys super quick, or else this fight is going to drag into oblivion. So he stays lined up. Oops, oops, oops. So this is the second round of combat. He does not flip. So what happens? This attack is fastest. It goes first. It undercuts him and hits him and kills him, and that is done. So this goes back here. This weapon flips to its unalerted side. We have to fatigue a move, which we do. There you go. There. I'm going to have him lure now, so he lures. We can now play this to flip this. And we can then play this to enact an attack. The dragon goes here, so he stays exactly where he is. 3 does not flip him. So he hits him. Well, I miss. He hits him for light, which does nothing, and then he hits him for heavy, which kills him. And that is back to the Deadpool with you guys. And we get another 15 notoriety. And that's pretty good. And the White Knight really didn't suffer that bad. And tonight, since there's white magic, we're going to keep the combat going. We are going to cast this and drag all these chips back to there. So we're going to cast Make Whole. Bam. These are all, and that's because it's day 7. So on day 7, you can be a dummy as the White Knight. We were. It almost went bad, but instead it went fine. And we are done with that battle. He's rolled. No one's attacking him. No one is there or there. So we are done. So let's take a look at what has happened so far. So the dwarf has 8 prowess, no points for cards. All right, so 8 prowess, no points for cards. So what we're looking at is we're looking at the dwarf scoring a point for prowess, nothing on cards, nothing on gold since he has 10, which I might as well write that down in his sheet right now just to make sure. No great treasures. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He has a great treasure, which gives him the most great treasures. That's good. And no spells. So that's going to give him a total of 3 points. Not the greatest showing, but it's week one. It's not terrible either. Let's look at the White Knight real quick now. So the White Knight has scored 2 points in cards, so that's sort of awesome. He is winning prowess. He has 16 gold. He is winning gold. He's the only one with positive gold. The dwarf will get positive gold at some point, but for right now, he's got. So that is going to give him, if we take a quick look here at the scoreboard, that's going to give him, save this, 6 points. Now, some of those points are up in the air still. Obviously, prowess gold, and so on are, malleable. But the White Knight has had a good showing this first week, and he has the good book, which is sort of fascinating because usually I would say he is not a spell learner. But maybe he should try. Don't know. In any case, he is because because I can tell you if Make Whole is in here, then he just wants to energize this to white. Just be casting that all the time. So, all right. So that's him. The elf, let's take a quick look at the elf here. The elf has scored a point. Turn that off. The elf did score a point. He did score one of his. Now, he actually needs to get his crap together because he has enchanted, one tile? And one of his things is to enchant 3. So, not super hard. He hasn't located the statue yet. That's his next task. So, he's got a point in cards. But that's pretty much it. So, let's save that. That'll show you his score is 1. The magician, I don't even know what the magician's done. Where's the magician in all this? The magician has scored squat. He has done nothing. He has half of Envoy done. He has the chapel. He has the shrine done. So he's a week in. He hasn't fought anything. He's gotten insulted twice. He is at 0 points, and that's where he literally is at 0 points. So that's sort of our gig here. It is 6 to 3 to 1 to 0. Not a bad first week. We're not burning the charts up or anything, but not a terrible first week here. The dwarf got quite a bit done. The White Knight got quite a bit done. The magician has covered some ground, but ultimately has not quite. I mean, he got stymied here finding the. He's found the shrine. That took him forever. The elf got stymied finding the statue. So, we're let's see, how long did it take him? It took him 3 days to find the shrine. And the elf, he still haven't found the statue, actually, right? It's 2 days in so far. It will take him at least 3 days to find the statue. So you see what happens in Magic Realm when you can't get that locate roll and you start having to spend 3-4 days. That's half a week. And that's where our elf magician have found themselves. So I'm very excited for the next week of this. But I am going to stop now. I might probably find something to do. I'm going to find something to do, damn it. That's it. I think I'm going to stop, and I'll post this up soon. I noticed that I actually broke, I don't know, an hour or something in view time, which means everybody's watching probably the first video, which sucks because that first video sucked because it was a stream. It's a VOD off the stream, and a lot of people came in early in my stream, which they usually do, and asked me when I'm going to play Fallout again. so they're coming to see Magic Realm, and they see people bitching about playing Fallout for like half an hour. So that's my fault. But here we are, and that's why I went to these videos instead. After that, I was like, oh, this would be better. I can just do them. It'll be fun. So next week we're looking to see the magician complete his pilgrimage. We're going to see the elf get the statue here and hit that. And we're going to see him enchant 3 hexes, I hope. So they'll score a couple points. And then we'll see this game even up a little bit. Okay. Thanks a lot for everything. I'm going to say, please, you could fire a like my way. I'll be a normal YouTuber. Like the video. That'd be great. I'm actually can see some of these in the search results finally. So that's fun. I hope if you're watching, you enjoy these. I hope if you have never played Magic Realm, they give you a little bit of insight. Or if you've played it and said, I don't know how to help do this game, they give you a tiny bit of insight. This is a very mistake-filled stream video on my part, so I apologize. We'll hopefully clean that up next time. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.